Knowledge is power. Information is key. And that is why we aim to unlock the doors of opinion, unveiling the stories that need to be told. The Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. as we invoke the thought-provoking discussion, tackle the tough questions, challenge assumption, and give a voice to the unheard. This is the Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM.
Welcome on board the Morning Express.
Good morning.
You are listening to the Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM.
Good morning.
Lovely Friday morning, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Wow, I hope that you had a restful night, because definitely that's what we're looking forward to, so that we can also make your morning a better one and a brighter one right on this frequency, 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Beautiful morning to you once again. It's the TGIF edition right here, still Morning Express, trends in the papers it is. On Mainland 98.3 FM. This is where we go through, we peruse the pages of our dailies and see what's happening, how the different stories that have graced the front pages and even the covers and the bellies of the newspapers this morning. So welcome on board. My name is Tūkbe Akinyosoye. Today, the 8th day in the month of August 2025, just a subtle reminder to, take action. Yeah, stop procrastinating and take action into whatever thing, whatever idea, whatever a plan you have that you need to take action. Just a reminder that you can still do it and stop procrastinating. That being done, welcome on board to Trends in the Papers on Mainland 98.3 FM. So let's make your morning a better one by digging through the heart of our dailies, highlighting trends and stories that have made it through the newspapers with holistic approach and analysis by in-house analyst, as always, Side Forward will be joining us. We give a perspective to the different stories we have in our dailies this morning. But before then, quickly remind you that you can join us live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. So you can also listen via Radio Garden, and our website is also very much accessible and available, easy to use, to also join the conversation regardless of your location. You can always join the conversation. YouTube and Facebook at Mainland 98.3 FM. Welcome on board once again. We'll get Side Forward, and we, without further ado, get into what we have in our dailies. Good morning, Side Forward.
Good morning, Lady Mo. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing? Hope you had a restful night.
Yeah, it was a restful night.
TGIF.
Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. Why do you laugh? why do you chuckle?
I don't know. There's really nothing to Fridays for me. It's just
really?
normal. I tell you, it's a normal day of the week.
Wow. When it's always a sign of relief for most people. I mean, those times people wish that the weekend can start from Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. Yes,
yeah. Well, but okay, maybe for all of that, really.
Yeah, no.
Comes out a normal day.
Yeah, indifference. So you don't have a favorite day? You don't have a favorite day. What's your favorite day?
Every day is good for me. Every day.
Yes, every day is good. Yeah, every day is good. I know.
I look forward to every day. Forward to every day.
As
for the best.
Money always comes in every day now, normally.
Abio.
Anyways, you're welcome on board, Side Forward.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Let's start from the issues affecting we've had so far about the warnings from NIMET, from NINSA, and all of the agencies. The 198 local government areas in 31 states. And so the federal government is warning. So as the rains continue, like the agencies are telling us that we are, getting into the raining season proper, and we're going to be, graced and greeted with, flash floods and heavy rainfall amidst thunderstorm. And so the Nigerian Hydrological Services Agency, that's NESA, yesterday had warned that the heavy flooding will hit 198 local government areas in 31 states and the FCT from August 7th, that's yesterday, to the 21st of August 2025. And definitely this, came in the area, people that live in the area of Ikorodu on Monday when we had the marathon downpour. And so the government assured necessary measures, being put in place to effectively manage flash floods and modalities for the humanitarian intervention for residents of affected communities that they are being worked on. And so the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency had now come out to say one state. We'll be having that in Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Anambra, Bauchi, Bayelsa, Benue, Borno, Cross River, Delta, Ebonyi, Edo, FCT, Gombe, Imo, Jigawa, Kaduna, Kebbi, Kogi, Kwara, Lagos, Nasarawa, Niger, Ogun, Ondo, Plateau, Rivers, Sokoto, Taraba, Yobe, and Zamfara. Let's just say the 36 states and the FCT should just be at alert, so to say. Just put every of the states together and side forward. How do we? I don't know. Okay, your message to areas and all of that are easily affected. What are your message to them? And moving forward, how do we handle issues like this? How can we be effectively proactive so that we won't get, we won't be immensely affected when these times come, because of course we can't help it. It's just a natural thing that would happen. I mean, rains, heavy rainfall, heavy downpours, and thunderstorms. But our action towards it matters.
Yeah, our action towards it matters, and I think it's been a weather forecast. Government promising to do the needful, and all of that. I think first and foremost, Nigerians who live in dim-line areas, flood-prone areas, this is the time to begin to evacuate. The fact is that the rains are going to come. Like I've said a couple of times, just looking at the entire May, June, July, those months were months that one would have expected that the heavy rains were going to come. We call it the rainy season. But this year, somehow, the rains have not come that heavy in those months. So we might be having the late rainfalls. Again, a lot of people are surprised that in August we're having this amount of rain. Normally what we're used to is that they say there's always August break, that during the month of August, the break from the rains come, and then you have this sunshine and what have you. But we are seeing, heavy rains in August, and so we might also see till what weather forecast is saying. Take care of yourselves, evacuate temporarily. This is the time for religious houses and the NGOs to also step up. I'm sure there are religious houses that can accommodate people in some of these communities. Allow them moving temporarily while they help them with their belongings, valuables, until when the rains are over, the water levels are down, and then they can return to their homes. But again, for a more permanent solution, the funds are with the governors, but judicious and efficient utilization of this money have always been the problem. Because again, most of these states people are affected. So governors who rule states that are prone to these things, should always a lot of talk, no action.
Right.
We talk. The same thing happens. Next year we'll talk again. The message.
Well, thank you very much, Said Fuad. That being said, page 3 in the Vanguard newspaper captured that since we just, started on the note from the Vanguard, let's just move ahead with other stories reported by the Vanguard as well. We're getting report again about the donation of the First Lady. Of course, for the First Lady have been in the, in the media.
The news.
Yes, in the news. Concerning our act of philanthropist and all of their TA. So she but donating 10 tuberculosis. Of course, the donation under her Renewed Hope initiative, which was reviewed, just curable, so yet still responsible for needless death, renewed hope initiative with support of other stakeholders, including the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Protection, particularly in underdeserved communities. Of course, even the Guardian recently did, over spending 12.9 billion in 2 years, and they actually gave. I don't want to go about that anymore. And then people have been. It has been greeted with several reactions, highbrow raised about the fact that where is the money coming from? Also the judicious use of the donation so far to several places in the country, and is her foundation to help the community and all of that. Side forward.
There's nothing. Okay. There's nothing to question in this again. There have been conversations around the sources. Who are her friends and people who believe that they also have to be a part of what she considers her pet project as the First Lady of Nigeria. I've been putting money in one of the newspapers. It was said that she has over 12 billion in 2 years. So, and in recent time, we knew that she put about 1 billion in Plateau State. She put 1 billion in Benue. She's put 1 billion in Niger State. Now, in the FCT, she has not just put 1 billion to support Medicare for tuberculosis. She must have access to some good money for her to have been able to do that in her capacity under the renewed hope initiative of the First Lady. So the only thing that comes to mind for me is the hope that these money that the First Lady is giving her, giving to people will be judiciously used. If you understand what I'm saying. I remember that when she was giving the money, people would give me this money, I give it to you to help the poor and needy, and then it's all stories. Please let it get down to people who really need them. So we're just hoping, because again, the reason why we're this worried is because of our corruption index, our widespread corruption, and the fact that we are not the people who is disciplined enough to handle monies like this.
So in that light, of to the IDPs to get, but maybe food stuff, whatever it is, they are there, or they are being contributed for a particular purpose. Why not get, for example, the donation of 10 tuberculosis diagnostic machines? So instead of cash, why not? Okay, we are solving a problem of maybe homelessness. Machines to cater for a health issue, tuberculosis disease. Don't you think that moving forward, that should be considerable?
The thing is that in the news, by banditry affected by all of these issues in Plateau State, 1 billion naira. There's no breakdown. Is it majorly for people who are displaced? Are you rebuilding homes for people? Are their schools affected? So all the monies will be used to reduce the impact of some of these things, of managing the money that already been captured or was already an idea, ab initio of why the money was given out to these people. So, like I said, we don't need to overthink this thing anymore. I think we should just stay with the fact that, look, this money is, for her to have been able to do this in 2 years, like I said, means that she's got some very, very good money. In fact, it's almost like the standard now. It's 1 billion or nothing. No billion. When the First Lady goes out donating money, it cannot be less than 1 billion. I think we can take that to the bank. So we have to commend her for doing that. We're just hoping that, again, as these monies are given, they get to those that really need them.
Exactly, because that's the only most concerning thing about the donations. She's not even the only one doing this. She's not the only one, and contributions to the community. Are we getting or still talking about the same thing over and over again? Year runs in, year runs out. Well, I hope we just keep judiciously using all these donations.
Let's just hope that the monies will be used properly. That's all.
Right. Homes, as like 30 communities are protesting in Zamfara. Now we are having widespread fear as leading to mass displacement in Tureta and Dange Shuni local government areas of Sokoto State, to be precise. And as the relentless bandits are attacking children, are fled under the cover of the night, seeking refuge in open spaces, bushes, and under trees, unable to sleep indoors due to the persistent threats of violence. Even of four from Tūreta local governments. And meanwhile, residents from over 30 villages in Danhisa and Kagara district of Kaura Namoda local government area of Zamfara state staged a peaceful protest in Gusau yesterday, and they called for the urgent government intervention to address the escalating insecurity in their communities. They called on the governor, called on the president, to their rescue. Side forward. On a daily basis, we talk about insecurity issues, especially, in the north area. I don't know. Don't you think that the government itself should be tired and overwhelmed with this news on a daily basis to be more proactive and to also tackle because according to a statement here that I later saw that the government, in response to that, Colonel Ahmed Usman, retired, the special advisor to the Sokoto State Governor on security matters, acknowledged the crisis, but maintained that the government is taking steps to restore peace. That's always what we hear. Steps have been taken, measures have been taken, but we still get this news on a daily basis.
Well, what it means is that either those steps are a misstep or no step at all. Because measures have been taken, steps have been taken. Yet we have communities that have been deserted. Because you read the story very well, Lady Mo. These are like two local governments now affected by this insecurity in Sokoto State. The seat of the caliphate, whose families and businesses, and according to the story, a lot of them don't have any place of refuge actually. So what they do, neighborhoods are no longer safe. People just go into open fields, hoping that God will protect them. To say, look, vote for us, we stick your mandate. When you vote for us, our priority will be your safety and protection. They can't be overwhelmed. They went there seeking the vote of the people. And it's not just Sokoto State. Look at Zamfara. I was watching TV yesterday, and some people went to the government house to protest about two communities. All went there protesting that they will not leave the government house until they can guarantee their security, because these bandits will not let them live in peace. I also saw a video, I think it was, on Monday or Tuesday, a particular community in Kwara State. I can't remember the local government now. And people went in there with security, I think newsmen. The entire village is deserted, community, empty. People have abandoned their homes, all of them have, because they said these bandits keep coming. And every time they call for help, they cry for help, they call for help from the government, nothing happens. They've been left, they've not been left on their own to take care of themselves. So if we now get to the point where people are leaving their communities, running away, we will now get from the NSA now who will tell you that people are safe, everything is okay. But these are real stories of people who can no longer take it. They can no longer help themselves because the government has failed woefully to protect them. And so the only option for them is to leave their homes and run away into empty spaces, empty land where nobody can actually protect them. It's unfortunate, really unfortunate.
Quite unfortunate. That very story also in the Vanguard newspaper. Let's quickly take some stories reported in the Punch newspaper. We have here, an update from the WAEC saga, WAEC brouhaha, and the glitches grades. WAEC Punch newspaper is reporting an update here that there was outrage after the West African Examination Council had denied candidates access to its result portal for the 2025 West African Senior School Certificate Examination for the school candidates following technical glitches, admitting to technical glitches. And so a statement that was credited to the head of public affairs, WAEC National Office, Moyosola Adesina, had revealed that the council had identified bugs in its result system following a post-release review of the 2025 WSSC results, which had led to the access denial. And so the council had said that access to the result checker portal had been temporarily suspended, and they urged candidates who had previously checked their result to now recheck from today for the updated versions. And so while they were defending its serialization method for mathematics, English language, biology, and economics, they had admitted that the post-release quality checks were exposed to technical glitches in its back-end systems. And so they definitely extended their deep and sincere apologies to all affected candidates and the general public, appreciating their patience and understanding as they work diligently to resolve the matter with transparency and urgency within the next 24 hours. And so they have directed that candidates who have previously checked their results are now advised to recheck after 24 hours from the reporting time. And so today they have they can go recheck the results. The council has been under intense scrutiny. 1 million candidates who sat for the exam obtained credits and above in 5 subjects, which include English language and mathematics. And when I saw this update, the first thing that came to mind was the issue of the JAMB, and how they had to hold up to glitch as well. The examination glitches, and this is also happening in WHY. What's the reaction to it? What really is the issue here? Is he
the issue is simple. Is
technology factor.
It's just. And these guys are aware of the trauma they put these children through, Lady Mo. That of JAM, where it was reported, but nothing serious came out of it. It was reported that some children committed suicide.
Yes, no. There was even a particular boy that even later had gotten admission.
You introduced an anti-malpractice measure. I think for mathematics, English, biology, and economics. They said what they did was to serialize. So you have different questions, where you have to have different questions, so that it's not the same thing.
Same thing for all of them.
Yeah, so that means, again, hoping that would curb the, malpractices in the exam. Of course, nobody is saying that, look, WHY should not come up with measures and innovations to ensure the exams are conducted and to the point where malpractices are reduced to the barest minimum. Oh, that's commendable. But if you must do it well and get it right. Now, if you conducted an exam this back-end before releasing it to the public, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Look, even in university, you know that before results are made available to students, the Senate sits on it. There's a committee that sits on the result to check and recheck and be sure that the writing has been done before they now release it to the students. So are we saying that, because WHY already gave us statistics of people passing and people, so why didn't they do all of this check and recheck before coming to the public to now traumatize these students? Only for them to now come and say, because, look, I've spoken to 1 or 2 school owners, Lady Mo. How would a student, for example, have like A in all our subjects, and then have F9 in English? Now they have now own, and then you give me data, statistics that look, just about 10-something% scored 5 credits and above. Meaning that's the worst result we've ever had in the last 10 years. So you were so quick to come up with this data and statistics, tell the students to go and check their results. Me, if I will be like man, not fast. What you think? There are some parents who don't. After whatever, you come up with this kind of result. Yeah. So they know even for some parents, apart from parents, even school owners. I am sure that there are parents who have bombarded schools now. We can't be paying this amount of money, and then you understand? Why not take your time? You have the results. You are the owners of the results. Take your time to review and ensure that the right thing is done before. Now, what are they going to be doing now? They are not telling people to go and check their results. So are they going to be awarding free marks to the students now? Because we don't even know how bad this glitch is. But incompetent. That was the same thing with JAM. Until, JAM was not going to own up until people took them up on the issue. Now when the JAM thing has become of our children are distracted by social media, they are not serious. But I know that there are schools who are upping their game. Schools are not also leaving the students alone, prepping them, ensuring that, look, whether they like it or not, these students are able to perform well in this exam. Only for you to have examiners who are incompetent and traumatize our children.
Well, page 36 in the Punch newspaper captures that. The Vanguard, across board actually, precisely page 9, and YouTube at Milan 98.3 FM. Radio Garden is, you can also listen via Radio Garden and our website, www.milanfm.com. We're going through the pages of our dailies this morning to see what's happening and to see what's going on, both on the front page, on the front pages of our dailies and also in the bellies of them. And so now we're getting that the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, from the Punch and across board has said the popular Fuji musician was at the domestic terminal of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, and this was made available during a press briefing by the Director Public, is that everybody involved in this will be brought to book. As we speak, the passenger is going to be blacklisted for the next 6 months flying in Nigeria. And he also added that aviation rules are global and made for the safety of all, stressing that no individual would be exempted from accountability. And he further revealed that the agency was writing to the Attorney General of the Federation and Inspector General of Police to initiate legal proceedings against the musician. And so when asked whether Inde would be spared prosecution due to his close, both Tinubu and the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, were committed to upholding the rule of law. Meanwhile, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, directed that K1 be placed suspended also indefinitely due to, investigation will be going on. Do you see the reaction from NCAA, the authority, as fair enough for handling what had happened on Tuesday?
Well, I think they've done well so far on this matter, because again, the statement by the Minister of Aviation also very, very good on this matter. Because again, a lot of people have been thinking, maybe K1 was going to be spared. FAN did not even touch it. They only suspended the captain and the pilot. But, Festus Keyamo's office is saying that, look, no, the passenger too, it was a moment of madness. Just a temporary moment of madness that as individuals we should always watch out for. When you do something and you ask yourself, why did I have to say some of these things in Yoruba language? But I think I will reserve my comment. The things I want to say till tomorrow with Tʀᴇ on our Yoruba program.
Okay.
News analysis. That's because the things I want to say are better captured in Yoruba language. Okay. And if I tell you to begin to help me interpret now,
Allah will not come now. I'm a Yoruba. Give us a tip now, Anna.
Give us. What's wrong with? Because okay, now in one of his statements, and according to maybe the minister's office now, that they said Kwamwan said that because of a particular ailment or because of a particular medical condition, he always has to take water. FAN NCAA has said that what was in that flask was not water but alcohol, and I'm sure that aviation rules are global, Lady Mo.
Right.
When it comes to flying, the rules are the same all over the world. It's global best practices because, look, safety standards don't just affect your own country. Look, if you allow somebody to take in a substance that could well turn out to be an explosive, they can use it to hijack a plane and fly it into another country. So the issue of safety standards in the aviation sector is a global thing. You can't say, in my own country, this is the way I'm going to do it. Because the nonsense you do in your own country can affect another country. If you understand against landing. And so what you do is to radio the next airports around to say, look, I'm in distress, I need to land K1 the ultimate. That was completely unnecessary. These are basic standards, basic rules. Lady Mo, if you want to drink 100 gallons of water, you will see it in the plane. Right. You can't even drink 100 gallons of water. The water is there. As you continue to request for the water, they keep bringing it. So are we saying from the tarmac to entering the plane, it cannot wait to get into the plane to get water? It's just that, this idea of, do you know who I am? And then when you have somebody whose ego is over pampered, if you've watched him, he's a man that likes to be revanced, he wants to be watching, and there are rules. And the funny thing, Lady Mo, when they go out, they cannot violate these rules. They dare not. Can K1 the ultimate go to Heathrow or any airport in the world and do that nonsense?
Those that they are even restricting you from coming to their country. You now want to go there and go.
You cannot even try, because what they do is to restrain you immediately and throw you where you belong. Can't do that nonsense. Our drove boat to go and stand in front of an aircraft.
One of its kind.
Native intelligence, the traditional native intelligence of Africa. What is AD in English?
when you're being, I don't know exactly like what word exactly, but when like maybe when you're being,
you gave me the go ahead, and so because again, why do you have to do all of that? Somebody was smart enough to bend down,
and even
and the PAs too was also there. The third guy, one of the PAs, I think I have about 2 guys who go around with me, who pay. Again, they say pride comes before dishonor. Pride comes before dishonor. Thank God I have the English of that one. It bears before what?
It's a four.
Dishonor. Yeah. Someone who is emotionally intelligent. That under no circumstances will she have done what she did too. Again, we looked at, you have to still continue to taxi or remain where you are. And clearance to fly means that the tarmac must be clear of people. Because you can't say, because somebody is unruly, then you put other people also in durance and then take off safely without endangering the lives of other people. So she also erred, and I think the punishment is also adequate so that she can also understand that, look, her job requires so. It's just like if she was because she also has to be punished, and I agree with the essay on that punishment too. 2 wrongs don't make it right, like they say. But for me, on some of these things,
should be the one correcting younger.
About it that by now, even if there's some attitude that when you are younger, but when you grow old, you have to understand that, look, life is delicate. These are people who they don't even imbibe them. They don't internalize those things they say.
Thank you for mentioning that. Thank you for mentioning that, Said. For speaking about elders leading by example, I mean, we'll extend that conversation later this evening on Echoes of Wisdom. Yes, Echoes of Wisdom. Elders still 6 captures that in the Vanguard newspaper and even across the newspaper. Permits me to go back a bit. I just want you can get more details in the papers. The 7 key issues that the judges delays in exam start times. Students. This last one was when they did test. They were writing English or which inadequate exam oversight, poor exam conditions like flooded venues, and also students over reliance on digital tools. Those were the key 7 issues raised in this paper. ADC caught in crossfires. Atiku Obi rivalry escalates. Have getting someone. I mean, who wants to be the reportedly shaping the internal structure of the ADC, while Peter Obi, the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate, alleged that Atiku financed the effort to take control of the party as a platform to challenge President Bola Tinubu in 2027. And a source disclosed that National Publicity Secretary Bolaji Abdullahi had refuted claims that Atiku had taken over the coalition, and he insisted that the group remained united in its objective to dislodge Tinubu and the All Progressives Congress in the next election. And in contrast, the APC director of publicity, including the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidates Obi and former APC presidential aspirant Rotimi Amaechi, have openly expressed interest in contesting the 2027 presidency, recalling the July 3 ADC's 2023 presidential candidates to maybe accusing the David Mark interim ADC leadership of plotting Atiku candidacy and all of that. With the recent developments in the ADC,
pretty special if you ask me. Again, this is just again when I see stories with unnamed source, I know that it's either a planted story or a newspaper that look one of the biggest challenges the ADC would have to face would be our interest. So their ability to be able to align forces, align interests, and make all of them now who have come together in this coalition to work together for one common interest and goal will be their big. The other problem is that, look, how they are going to be able to identify people who are really committed to the coalition is another problem. Because there are people there who are just more in the ADC, in the Labour, they are not new people in politics. They know the attitude of their own people.
Our coalition are coming together, towards 2027. A close out run again in 2027. And so he said that the plan to draft ways of addressing Nigeria's rising poverty, hardship, and in general suffering that had gripped the citizenry in recent years. And they said they've consulted General Ibrahim Babangida retired, though. Although the source did not, say what General IBB's response to Jonathan was, talking about the piece that if only he's not going to be contesting the primaries and giving him automatic tickets. People also had reacted to the automatic tickets and all of that. Some, agreed to the fact that he should be given an automatic ticket. And another angle to it is the eligibility that people are also bringing. Some are saying that, the section is saying can be acting in retrogressive section 3 and 182 subsection 3. So many legal juggernauts have been coming up together to talk about the eligibility and all of that. Well, I just want to, and some had opined that things have changed. Well, things have changed from then. You can't say that it should come again. And the speculation to the fact that that APC likely to choose the candidates for the PDP, just that was also put that they had to reconcile the PDP and all of that. So just quickly, what are
that party has become an extension of the APC. It's just people who are in that party using it as a bait to negotiate and transact. That's what the PDP has become, unfortunately. And then for Goodluck Jonathan, the former president, again, because again, there's no smoke without fire. And according to this story, although we have not gotten any confirmation from Goodluck Jonathan himself or any of his media aides, so we will still tread carefully on this subject. But the fact is that, especially under the PDP, Jerry Ghana said it. Now we are getting a close ally of the former president saying that, look, he has even accepted. It's obvious that, look, people are already talking to Goodluck Jonathan, and there's a possibility that he may decide to give it a shot. Even though he's the former first lady, Jonathan has said that no, happen. Have the political strength, to give President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a run for his money should he appear as a candidate today, as a party today. I've all pledged allegiance to supporting President led by Lado Adebutu. I've all endorsed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, even though they are in the PDP. Also, I would assume and hope that Goodluck Jonathan is listening to the papers, read the papers, watch TV, and he's saying all of these things. And so if he still decides, after saying what I've just told you now, and still decides that he's coming to the PDP to run for president, it would be nice to sit down with him and ask him, Oga, do you know what you are doing, sir?
All right, we have to go, Said. Thank you very much, Said Fuad. Just quickly before we move ahead, The Guardian did a comprehensive report about the toxic braids, cancer and fertility risk, trading Nigeria's $429 million synthetic hair obsession. That millions of beauty seekers and their value chain practitioners that they risk life-altering ailments and fatality from repeated use of unregulated synthetic hair products. Yeah.
So all those attachments that women are using, attachment and wig, they said the thing they cause infertility and cancer. That's what the story is saying.
Yeah. I wish.
So you use attachment. Maybe say you look at that on Health Plus. You trace a lot of the infertility we have these days among women to some of these things, synthetic hair material, wig, and all of this.
Wow.
And women should pay attention.
Hey.
Let's go back to the era where we use do koroba and all this hair and use rubber. All right. Our women look more beautiful in those days. These days, I don't even know what it is.
All right, we have to go. In the lines of education, we'll definitely still bring this on board. It's to enlighten, the general public, especially women, about these braids and all of that. We're back shortly. Still mail and